And ball 4. So a 4-pitch walk. Rogers struggled in the second inning. And a ground ball going to go through the right side. Meade will advance to second. And the Rays putting base runners aboard again.
Yeah. Well, and here's listen, this could be one of those outings too. The way that they've been working him over, and Rogers just hasn't been helping himself by being in the zone very often. You're going to have a guy that's handed an 8-run lead in the second inning, and he's not going to be able to get through 5 and even qualify for the win.
Yep.
Rays are going to have him out of there. Well, who knows? Soon, perhaps. Keep putting base runners out there, keep causing trouble.
Well, there's the deal that brought this lefty to the Orioles, and the Marlins making up pretty well. Hey, there's a base hit up the left field line, down into the corner. Here comes Meade to score. Caminero will stop at third on a double by Morel. Rays are on the board, and they've got something cooking right here. Finally, they get on the board.
Now they just continue to push here. Like, again, that's, you go back to that last inning, getting those bases loaded and not able to do anything, but that's okay. They've come right back out this inning. A leadoff walk, a base hit, a hanging split, and Morel pops it right down the line, and now you've got that run in, nobody out, and you've got second and third.
A run home in the third, 2 men in scoring position, another opportunity, and a ground ball base hit through the hole. Here comes Caminero in to score. They're going to send Morel to the plate. He will score without a play. Mangum comes through, driving in 2, and the Rays make it a 3-run inning.
Now this is exactly what they needed. You know, they got some life in that second inning, weren't able to cash in, but I think that maybe helped out the confidence a little bit. Like, hey guys, we can get base runners, we can continue to work some good at-bats, and now it's finally paying off. And you've almost cut the lead in half already. That's is that going to be it, huh?
Jose Caballero's due up, and the Orioles with that bullpen ready, going to make a move. The Rays scoring 2 on the base hit by Mangum. Fly ball back into deep center. Mullins will go back, still back at the track at the wall. Going to be off the wall. Meade around second. He's going to dig for 3, and he is in there, hit first, safely aboard. A 3-base hit to center.
Tough to see how close Mullins got to be able to make a play on that. That ball well struck, obviously, by Curtis Meade. 4-seam fastball, and he just gets into it. Lifts that ball to center, creates a ton of backspin and carry. And let's see, Mullins going back. Yeah, he kind of pulls up off of it. He didn't track it well at the end, and it ends up behind him. And off the middle of the wall. That was a ball, if he takes a better route on it, he's got a chance to make a play on, but he didn't. And the Rays benefit, runner at third now.
Here's Caminero. Ground ball and a base hit through the hole. And the Rays pick up another run to make it 8-4. Caminero wasting no time at all. Following the triple by Meade, Caminero with a base hit, and the Rays have cut that deficit in half.
I don't think there's a guy in that dugout that doesn't think they're going to win this game. You just get that feeling. They came right out firing in the second inning. Weren't able to get anything on the board, but it kind of woke them up. Third inning, you've got 3 runs, and all of a sudden 2 outs, nobody on. And here the Rays are once again. Another run. Cut it in half. Yeah, that probably doesn't help the Yanks either.
No. And now Cano took too much time, and Caballero's going to draw a walk. So he picks up ball 4 on a non-pitch.
This game has it all, Dwayne.
Yes, it does. Runner takes off, pitches a ball, and the throw goes into center. Caballero will wind up at third. He picks up his second stolen base of the night. An error on Sanchez on the throw. And the Rays have a man at third base now.
Yeah, that ball was nowhere near. And now listen, that base was going to be stolen. What a great jump. But look at Sanchez. He just fired that ball into center field. I mean, he just comes up and out of there. That's the you know what? You're talking about Taj adding the 1-seam fastball. That looked like a 1-seam fastball.
And a high fly ball back into right. That's got some carry. Laureano to the wall. He's going to leap. That's off the wall. Here comes Caballero to score. Walls headed to third. In standing with a triple. And it's an 8-5 ball game. How about that? A resounding triple off the top of the wall by Taylor Walls.
Boy, I thought off the bat it had a chance. I mean, he hit that ball hard. He hit it high. Let's take a look at this contact. Boom, that ball way up in the air. Taylor thinks that he may have gotten it. And let's see how it's played here by the outfielders. We saw Cedric Mullins take an interesting route on a ball. It looked like he had a play on. And right there, same thing.
And a ground ball, base hit into right. Here comes Walls in to score. Yandy Diaz drives in the run. And now the Rays have trimmed the deficit to only 2.
Not surprised. Just not surprised. You got that feeling, and we were talking about it earlier. Listen, the Baltimore Orioles came out 8 runs in the second. I get it. But he got all game to come back, and this offense has been red hot, and they can beat you a lot of different ways. So here you go. And here with 2 outs, the big triple by Walls. A nice job by Yandy Diaz doing what he does best, going the other way for a base hit. And 8-6. And again, that dugout, these guys, they know they're going to win this ball game. That's the attitude down there, and that's the way they continue to fight.
And a high shot deep to right. This baby's going to go. It's a tie ball game. On a 3-2 pitch, Brandon Lau finishes the job, and the Rays have come all the way back from 8 runs down to tie it 8-8.
Wow.
In many ways unbelievable, but having watched it, it's not so unbelievable. And the Rays have just tied this game at 8. Boy, you started to get that feeling, and the Rays just kept coming back. And here's Caminero sending a fly ball into short right. That's going to drop for a base hit. Laureano in to make that pickup in right center. 3rd straight hit for Caminero. The inning will continue. Here's that home run. How about Brandon Lau on the 3-2 pitch, unloading. Sir Anthony Dominguez in the game, and there's a liner caught by Henderson. The shortstop shaded toward the middle to retire the side. 8 men come to the plate. The Rays, a big triple from Taylor Walls and a long shot by Brandon Lau, and we are tied at 8. And a ground ball going to go through the right side. And Yandy is aboard, picking up his 2nd hit. And Brandon Lau will get a chance to face Kittredge.
What Kittredge can do is just chuckle. You can't throw a breaking ball much better, and that pitch is just off the plate away. But the plate coverage by Yandy Diaz and that ability to go the other way, to feel comfortable enough to let that ball get deep, to get away from you, and still poke it the other way.
Ooh, look out. That's going to go to the backstop. Comes right back to the catcher, Sanchez, and his throw down was not in time, but he actually had a play right there on the Karen. But Yandy moves up.
This ball gets by, I mean, clean, and it takes a ricochet right back to him. Not nearly in time, but thought he had something going. Look how quickly this gets to him. He just like an infielder, turn and fire.
And Brandon takes that one too low and draws the walk. So 2 men on with 2 men out for Caminero. Right there you see a big 0. And up the middle, and it's going to be a base hit. Here comes Yandy Diaz. The throw over the head of the catcher, and the Rays take the lead. It's a 9-8 ball game as Yandy Diaz scores on the Caminero base hit. And it's 9-8 Rays.
Boy, what an effort by Jackson Holliday up the middle to try to get to this soft liner by Caminero. And how about Caminero? All the runs he's been driven in, all these clutch hits. And the Rays just not giving up on this inning. A base hit by Yandy, going to wild pitch. A good at bat by Brandon to walk. And then look at the hustle by Yandy.
A 9-8 game. Caminero driving home the lead run. Lau's now at second. There's some exuberance in Caminero over there at first base.
Gets it into right field. Wild pitch gets him to second. A good at bat by Lau with the walk. And then Junior, another run driven.
Hey, ground ball into right. Here comes Lau around third. He's going to score standing. And the Rays tack on another run to make it 10-8. As Josh Lowe comes through with a base hit to right. How about that?
Wow. Wow.
All of this with 2 outs.
Yeah. I mean, it looked like it was going to be. How many times have we seen the Rays do that this season? 2 outs, 2 quick outs, nobody on, and then they start to build something.
Well, we got that 2-out single, then the walk, and back-to-back RBI singles.
Kittredge has been leaning heavily on that slider, and these Rays hitters starting to follow that pattern. Nice job there. That's not an easy pitch to handle. Josh Lowe stayed right down on it, hit it hard enough to find that hole, drive in another run, and they're not done.
Down into the Ronda, and there goes Josh Lowe into second without a play, picking up a stolen base. So now 2 men in scoring position with a 1-strike count on Aranda. Aranda has a 2-for-4 night going. And a line drive base hit into center. Camanero's going to score. Josh Lowe heads to the plate. 2 more runs crossing that plate as Aranda comes up with a 2-out single. And boy, with 2 outs, the Rays, with a walk and 4 hits, have made it a 12-8 ball game.
How many people do you think turned around after the Rays, bases loaded, nobody out, or not nobody out, but bases loaded in the bottom of the second, they don't score, probably start flipping around maybe a little bit. Hope not. Hope not.
You would think so. You hope not.
Yeah, look at this. I mean, 12 unanswered. 12 unanswered.
And a ground ball deflected out towards second. They're going to get the force play there. So Mangum with that ground ball ends the inning. But the Rays send 8 men to the plate. And with 2 outs, they score 4. Junior Caminero with a big base hit.